What's up, people of the world? It's your girl, Lala.
And your boy, Siobhan.
And you are listening to
Talk That Shit
with the Melvins.
Hey, yo, I'm hot.
Huh?
I'm high as hell.
Hi.
I'm talking about like the...
I'm like,
the
what are you
mic.
talking about? You
No,
want me to turn
no.
yours down?
Yeah.
Better?
There we go. Yeah. What's up?
Howdy.
Happy 4th of July.
Stop.
Stop. Okay. If you guys hear me go... it's because I hurt my back.
First of all, he's not going to be doing any of that nonsense in the mic. It's ridiculous. But
I'm already doing
he
that.
did hurt his...
Go ahead.
He hurt his grandpa back
Go ahead. Tell the story.
doing...
Tell the story.
What is... I don't need to tell the story. You hurt your back doing deadlifts. That's it.
No. You make me sound no. I was in there deadlifting 645 pounds.
It wasn't 645 pounds. It was actually 95 pounds. And I don't know. I was doing something on the ground. I don't remember what it was. And all I seen was him, do the motion to stand straight up from the deadlift and immediately went back like he folded. And he dropped the weight, but then his legs collapsed. And then it was like, well, actually, when he went straight up, he sat there for a minute, and then it was like this shriek. Ah! And then he folded, and then he dropped the way his legs collapsed from up under him.
First of all, I didn't go.
And he fell to his. He laid on his back, but it was actually like that was the only position he could. I thought he like hurt his spine, like something was wrong with his spine the way his legs collapsed. But
it felt like it. That's the word.
Yeah, so he kept trying to get up and whatnot, and he couldn't get up. So he's been out of commission.
Yeah, so
we think he pulled, not pulled. We think it's like a strained ligament in his tailbone.
Oh yeah, it's because I keep on.
It's definitely like in that area, and he's not gonna go get it checked out.
I planned on it. I'm planning on getting it like an MRI, X-ray. I'm not playing with that.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know who. Nope, I ain't playing with that.
Okay, well, there's the story. Yeah, he did something to his back, so that's that.
Shit hurt.
Yeah, I mean the shriek said it.
Like, ah! I did not go. I went, ow.
No, you didn't.
Nah, I sound like a little punk. I was like, ow.
That's not what you did.
I didn't do that.
I just said what you did. Anyway, continue. It's your topic this
I know
week,
it's
right?
my topic. It's a little fun topic. So I got to thinking. 2 albums came out, right? Mm-hmm. The Giveon album came out, and Chris Brown's album came out, right? Mm-hmm. Now, 2 totally different albums. Mm-hmm. Like, totally different. But I started to think, because you said you kept listening to the Giveon album. You was like, I like the Chris Brown album, but this Giveon album is just giving me life. Like, you was like, it's just giving me this vibe of like, it's everything. And I was like, is there a such thing as maturity in music? Because Chris Brown's been out for a long time, right? He drops hits, he does every single thing. But has his music matured? And why do you like Giveon's album so much better than you like Chris Brown's album? Is it because it's like a 2-part question, but is it?
It's not that I like it more than Chris Brown's album, simply because they're 2 completely different albums.
Right.
The vibe of them, the flow of them, the rhythm, they're completely different. And to me, I feel like Giveon is still like in his rookie season. And that doesn't. I'm not saying that means like he's less capable than or anything like that. I'm just saying like he's gonna put out. To me, I feel like they put out the music, like when they're first coming out, like they put out music that not necessarily they know is going to sell, but they don't. I feel like a lot of artists don't come straight out the gate like doing exactly what they want to do.
Right.
And not saying that his album isn't what he wanted to do, because I don't know. I'm just simply saying I feel like new artists, they kind of come out with what is like not necessarily trending, but like trending, if you will.
But
like Givion's album first is called Give and Take, Give or Take, something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And the album, every single song, every single song, every single lyric literally goes hand in hand with the title.
Right.
Everything about it fits. Like it's that album. It's called Give and Take or Give or Take for a reason. Mm-hmm. I just think like he's showing still like what he can do. I don't think people have fully accepted Giveon for Giveon just yet. Like, I think he's amazing.
Right.
Like, I don't care what he puts out. That man, in my eyes, does no wrong when it comes to his music. Like, I love it. So, I'm not saying, like, when I say he's in his rookie season, I'm not saying, like, there's anything bad about that, or I just think that he's still kind of showing, he's in his beginning phase. Like, he's still showing people, like, this is what I do. And I'm going to come out showing you what I can do. And then when I get in there, then I can show you that I can also do other things.
But isn't his album, I'm going to be honest with you, isn't his album like a grown person album?
No, not necessarily. Because see, when you say stuff like that, now it comes off as now you're saying like you have to be grown to feel the emotions that he's speaking about in his music.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so that's why I was like, maturity in an album, right? Like you said that the trending things we see what's trending right now as far as music and stuff. It's not what Givion's put out.
It is though.
How?
It is in the world of love.
What?
What do you mean? It is in the world of love. When you think about people's relationships,
right?
Everything he talks about in his music is what people go through on a regular basis in their relationships.
Oh, no. What I'm trying to say is the sound. The sound yeah, it has to be because
the sound. I'm not talking about sound trending. I'm talking about what he's talking about in his music.
Understandable, but it still has to apply. It still, even if it applies, it still has to catch. It still has to have a catchy.
His music in the world of being in love is trending. This is what people are going through, not just kids, not just adults. This is what people go through. These are the types of things that people talk about. Yes. No. Go back in the room.
8 minutes.
That's what I mean by like trending. I don't mean like he's sitting up and he's like, his music definitely isn't what most music is today in today's society. It's not. Like he has like real R&B, like real R&B to me.
No. I know.
So it's definitely not like, oh yeah, he's just putting out music just to get. Like he put out a body of work, like a full body.
Right. So and that's what I'm saying. Like he put out a body of work that overshadows a lot of things.
What do you mean overshadows?
Like overshadowed like a lot, like his body of work, like his album, right? I guarantee you Chris Brown is going to overshadow him.
Why?
Because it's Chris Brown and it's the fact of
But you don't know what they're you don't know the fan base.
Hold up. I did my homework before. I did my homework.
Oh, so you're gonna give statistics?
No. I did my homework before we
Just
even
say
stepped
whatever
on
you're
it.
gonna say.
People don't understand Givion's album, and multiple people on his post, well, not on his post, on a post of like Complex or something like that, was saying the old stuff is better. And they said it for Chris Brown also. His old stuff is better. So it's like people don't want you to be mature in your music.
Okay, I think, I don't know. I kind of feel like what you said and what you meant didn't come off correctly to me. When you said mature, you said has Chris Brown's music matured? In my head, or maybe not so much in my head, but just overall, I feel like you were saying, maybe because when you further explained, really, Colin? Really?
We still got kids.
Move. Maybe when you further explained, it just came off as it's only for grown-ups. That's why I said, like, it's not just about, when you said that, that's why I said, like, no, it's not. His album isn't just something like because you're grown.
No. I'm saying maturing as an artist, like getting better.
Okay, so then even better. Giveon is still in his beginning phase. And to me, for people to say they don't understand his album, they like the old stuff better, if you really listen to his music, he's actually still on the same level.
Right, but
he's still talking about the same aspects of things.
But to hear some of the hits from the first album, it's totally different from what this album's going to be as far as what the hits are going to be. So people are it's kind of like, I know you hate this person, but
sorry.
It's like The Weeknd, right? The Weeknd, every time The Weeknd drops an album, it's a different style of The Weeknd.
I don't listen to him, so I can't comment.
But I'm saying,
but like, I can't comment, so you can't use him. You have to use somebody that I actually listen to.
Let's say singer wise, R. Kelly, right? R. Kelly.
People don't want to hear about R. Kelly.
Oh shit! But I mean, damn.
They do not want to hear about R. Kelly.
That was kind of horrible. Trey Songz, right?
Okay.
Each Trey Songz album showed a level of maturity of what he was of his music making.
Did it?
Yes, you got to think about it. Like,
I mean, his last album was garbage.
But
his last album was garbage.
Well, I didn't listen to his last album, but I'm saying that from Trey Day all the way up to what is it? What's the last one with his arms out like that? Trigger. There's not a sense of maturity in his music.
I mean, what's the maturity? Trey Songz is still Trey Songz. Like,
why are you smiling when you said
because he still talks about the same stuff he's always talked about. So where's the maturity? Like, what do you? That's why I'm like, maybe I'm not understanding. What do you mean by mature?
What made his last album corny? When he said that this is the first album that's like, you come from my heart and I'm changing up my style and stuff. Was it just not?
To me, it just didn't flow.
Oh, so it just wasn't corny. It just was
no, it was corny.
Oh,
the album. To me, the album didn't make sense. I was really confused by what was going on the album.
Okay.
And I listened to it because when somebody puts out music, I don't just listen and skip songs like, oh, okay, yeah, this one. Oh, I heard this one on the radio. Oh, I didn't know.
Right, people do that.
I sit and I start from one
all the way,
and I go all the way to the end in order, because I feel like when people put out music, when they put out bodies of work, they're trying to tell a story.
Right.
Okay, and how am I supposed to get the whole story if I don't listen all the way through from beginning to end? So when I listen to music, that's how I listen. I did not understand. I felt like, by the end of I was like, this is so trash. Like, what happened? His last album was just, it was just like, what?
Amazing.
Yeah.
It was just amazing.
So, I mean, I don't know, like, to me, okay, so, I mean, we can talk about Chris Brown, though.
Okay, go ahead.
This Breezy.
Don't be biased.
Album.
Don't be biased.
I'm not going to be biased. When have I ever been biased?
Because you love Chris Brown.
I do love Chris Brown.
You love Chris Brown.
And to me, musically, Chris Brown does no wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It doesn't, to me, it's like,
okay.
He does everything.
Mm-hmm.
He can do anything musically, right? Like, and so, for me, this album, okay, so I was telling him even, Indigo, right? Let me just make sure, because I don't want to tell people the wrong stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, Indigo. To me, Indigo was like
his spiritual, like you told me that.
Yeah, to me, it was like a spiritual album. Like, I feel like Indigo for me, he was kind of saying, like, fuck how everybody else feels.
Right.
Y'all been on my neck since I made the mistakes that I've made.
Right. And still getting
in my personal life. Okay? In my personal life, I've made mistakes. And the only reason you guys know about them is because I'm a celebrity.
Right.
Right? So I feel like Indigo was him saying, like, yeah, I did this. Yeah, I fucked up here. I did that too. But guess what? I'm still going to do me. And you either going to take me as I am or you're not. I'm not going to please you because you want me to.
Right. So let me ask you a question, right? Oh, you done?
No.
Oh, go ahead, go.
So for me, Indigo was just like that album. Like, it was just the shit. Okay. It's also going to be a little difficult for him to up that in for me with the next album. Don't get me wrong, Breezy is a good album. It's just Indigo was so good.
Right.
Indigo was so good. It makes me look at Breezy and be like, damn. Okay, I love this and I love this. It's not a bad song. I just don't think it necessarily fits on this album. You know what I'm saying? It was songs on the album that I feel like didn't belong on the album.
On Breezy?
Yes.
You know what's crazy though? They said Breezy and Indigo are his worst albums for him to ever
That is
bring
insane
out.
because Indigo.
And I went to 3 different sources. Rolling Stone said it, Complex said it, and like another like source of saying like how Indigo, it went from Indigo being his worst album, Breezy being his second album, Heartbreak on a Full Moon being his third worst. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you are a different type of person when it comes to music, because you listen to it as if it's a soundtrack, as if it's going through an actual. Like,
I listen. I mean, and I would hope that when people listen to music, they're not just listening to listen. Like, I listen to the story. I listen to the lyrics. I feel like when I listen to music, I don't just
listen
music. And like, I don't just dance. Like, I feel that shit. So it's like when I feel something, like if you can't make me feel something in your music, it's trash.
So what's crazy about you saying that, right? You're a different type of breed, because people hate people. You know, I'm a big Nas fan, right? And people would hate on Nas because they be like, all he do is tell stories. So for me growing up, knowing that I'm a big Nas fan and I like Jay-Z also, I was like, Nas is way better because there's a story from track 1 telling a story all the way to the end of the track. And people would be like, ain't nobody trying to hear no stories on the music. I'm trying to hear boom, boom. And I feel like that's how society is when they listen to music, because people aren't matured anymore. People aren't.
I don't think it has anything to do with people being mature. I just think that the majority of people haven't really realized what life is as a whole.
Right.
And so there's going to be things in life that they just don't get. And for me, music, majority of the time when people write music is shit that's happened, shit that they've gone through or have been a part of. And so it's just, especially when it comes to like R&B, majority of the time, those are real songs that somebody went through, not even necessarily that artist. Somebody else could have wrote it and asked them to sing it. You know what I'm saying? So
Which
it's
we heard a couple, a bunch of times.
So it's just like, it's not necessarily like, damn, Chris Brown went through that. Damn. Trey Songz, he was talking about he do this, that, and the third. But it's like, you don't necessarily know if that's his life or a story that's somebody else's life. It's just the fact that they put all of this together. They made a cohesive story out of it, and it made you feel. It's like watching a movie, and by the end of the movie, you go, "Damn."
You know what's crazy though? By you saying that, I'm sorry. Did I cut you off again?
That's fine. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, finish.
I remember Confession drops, right? Mm-hmm. Usher.
And that's a story.
Hold on. I remember that dropping, right? And Tower Records had tons of them. And I was like, damn, like nobody's buying this Confession album. The minute he went on, I was like TRL, like whatever, and said that these are events that actually happen, record sales went up.
Yeah, because
and I was like
drama.
Yeah, and I was like, this is a bomb album.
People like drama. They prefer to hear about somebody's downfalls or somebody's mistakes or somebody's negative or poor decision making that they've gone through rather than, like if it's a good story, they don't even want to hear it, but they don't want to hear it because it's a good story. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have rappers out here that are talking about positive things, people are like, oh my God, he's so trash. And it's like, but why is it trash? Because it's positive. Why is it that because he's not talking about shoot 'em up, bang, bang, that it's not good? Like, in what world, how do you correlate shoot 'em up, bang, bang, and good together? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, how does that make sense?
It's funny because I was in the car with your brother and I was like, this is a good album? He's like, yeah, it got some slappers on there. I was like,
who was it?
Who the hell was it? It was somebody like it was like one of his artists.
One of his artists, I don't know.
I'm saying one of the artists he liked. It wasn't YoungBoy. It wasn't it was YoungBoy. And I was like, here's a good album. He was like, yeah, they got some bangers. I was like, what is he talking about? And he was like, I don't know, the beats is popping. I mean, not popping. He was like, the beats is dope. And he just flowing. And I was like, you don't know what he's talking about on his album, dude. He was like, nope. And I was like, how do you listen to music if you don't?
You know, it's good for the people that are selling the music, you know, because people going to buy it because the beats go hard. But, you know, for people like me that want to hear something, I don't want to just hear a beat. I can listen to an instrumental if that's the case.
Right.
If you're going to put out music, lyrically, I want to, like, there's this song on Chris Brown's album, Possessive. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Literally, like, the best song on the album, I think.
Nah.
It don't even matter. It's such a good, like.
It's a good song.
People just, I don't know. I don't think, like, I feel like you can mature in your music in the sense of, like, your music can get better. Mm-hmm. Maybe you've been taking vocal lessons, so vocally you sound better. Or maybe you've been writing more, so lyrically you sound better. Or maybe you have a new producer, or maybe you have a new engineer. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, like, your music sounds different, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, it can mature in that way, but I feel like certain people are going to have a certain dynamic about them in the sense of, like, so some people, I feel like, you know, they have a dynamic to themselves in the sense of, like, what they what he get on my nerves when he do that.
Right.
In what it is that not necessarily that they talk about, but the meaning behind things that they talk about. Like they're not just gonna put out an album just to put out an album. They're going to put out an album because it has some meaning to it. There's something significant within that music. That's why that for the reason why they want to put it out.
Real, I feel like there might be a split into people that's like that. I feel like people be like, oh, I got all this music just because I made a whole bunch of music.
Well,
like
I said there's certain people that have that dynamic, and then there's certain people that have the dynamic of I'm just gonna throw whatever's out there.
Yeah.
You have those people. You have because they know, oh, this single's gonna make money. This single's gonna make money. They never put out a body of work, but this single was great. Or they put out a body of work and you listen, you're like, this shit's ass. But they got this one song. Like I have plenty of artists in my phone where I have one song off albums.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, the full body of work was complete ass. What were you doing?
I mean, I hope Chris Brown isn't one of those.
Chris Brown's not one of those.
You must be didn't download the Slime album.
Him and what's his face?
Yes.
No, I didn't download that, but that's not a Chris Brown album. That's Chris Brown and what's his name, Young Thug.
But
that's not the same thing. I'm talking about Chris Brown with features, not Chris Brown, half Young Thug. I don't want to hear that. That's not Chris Brown. It's not the same thing.
So him and Tigers, that's not an album.
I didn't listen to that. I don't have that on my phone.
Whoa. Okay.
I love when they have music together. Like their collabs are great.
Yeah, that album is hot.
But that's not a Chris Brown album. That's just how I see it.
Okay.
Okay. That's how I see it. It's not just solely him. Like you're not gonna go, 2088. Jhené Aiko.
I know exactly.
You're not gonna be like, oh yeah, that's a Jhené Aiko album. No, that's Jhené Aiko and Big Sean.
So Watch Your Throne is not a Jay-Z and Jay-Z album.
I don't have that on my phone either.
Ooh.
If it's a collabed album, it's a collabed album. It's not one single person's album. It's theirs together. That's like most of the time when people do collaborations, right, on songs, it's on one of their albums, not on both.
Okay, I get you.
So that's why I'm saying, like, that's not his album.
I had to really think.
That's not his album. It's their album.
Okay.
That's what I mean by that. That's why I'm like, that's not his album.
So do you think that Chris Brown matured way before? I
think Chris Brown has always been, like, at the top.
I think he dumbed it down.
You think so?
Yes. I think he dropped what's the album with what's after? I think when he dropped Fortune, he was matured. And I think after that he was like, they not understanding this, so I need to dumb this down. I mean Fame. There you go. Fame. I think Fame is when he was like, man, I'm Chris Brown on another level.
I know some of my favorites.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, and I feel like after Fame, everybody was like, you can't.
Yeah, so it was Fame, Fortune.
He dumbed it down. X. And I think X was a, you got Royalty. I feel like he dumbed it. He's been dumbing it down.
Royalty.
He's been dumbing it down.
So
I feel like when he matured in his music, it's that at that time it appealed to different people. So now the music that we're listening to, like Breezy and stuff, I feel like he's just like, I don't care about young people.
But that's why I said I think Indigo was his album, like, bitch, I'ma do me. Y'all gonna either love me or hate me, but either way, I'm still gonna do what it is that I love to do.
I think it's before that.
No. Nothing has that message like Indigo, bro. Nothing. Nothing has that message like Indigo. I feel like in his other albums, he still is trying to not him personally trying to get on good terms with people or trying to let people see like, yeah, I've changed and I am better than I used to be. I feel like his music was just like, all right, like, this is what everybody think Chris Brown is, so this is what I'm gonna do. Indigo came out and I feel like he was just like, no.
I feel like he did that on X. In Royalty, like, yo, in Royalty, X in Royalty, he was just like, nah,
what you need to do is you need to take a day. You need to take a day and you need to go through his albums. Take a day and go through Royalty, X, and Indigo. You forgot Heartbreak on a Full Moon, though.
Well, I feel like Heartbreak on a Full Moon was just like,
I love this album because this shit was banging.
I'm saying Heartbreak on a Full Moon told a story.
It's 45 songs, man.
It told a story.
Kept listening to it?
Yes, he told a story and then dropped. We were like, come on, man, you can't. Come on.
I don't know, man.
Come on. What's the first song on Heartbreak on a Full Moon?
Lost and Found.
Boom. Boom.
Boom. What?
Like you start Heartbreak on a Full Moon on that, and then that has what's the one? The Chinese one. What's that?
Chinese one.
No, the one where he's in there with Karrueche. Autumn Leaves.
No, that's not this album.
Which album is that on?
That's on is it Royalty?
No, that's on
X.
X, right?
X. I can't remember. Let me see. It's on X.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I feel like the autumn leaves are falling.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel I feel like when
I think he's always been at the top of his game.
But
I feel like people have tried to make him like people so worried about what he's done in his personal life.
That's true.
And they not focused on like I don't think people give him a fair chance when it comes to his music. Because nobody can see past the mistakes that he's made in the public eye.
I feel like anybody that matures on that music, people always have something to say about it. Just like J. Cole. J. Cole drops an album that's showing how mature he is. And people are like, this shit's junk. And it's
I don't think it's maturity. I just don't think that people see what the world actually is. Again.
But you got to think that you have these Playboy Cardis, you have these Lil Uzi Vert, you have all these people that's doing the same.
I don't know what their music is or how their music goes because I don't listen to them.
But I'm just saying it all. You can't distinguish what Lil Uzi Vert or Youngboy or you can't distinguish none of these people. They come on stage and they sing a song. You be like, who the fuck is this guy? He sounds like the other five guys. You know what I mean? You got to think. Roddy Ricch dropped an album, and people were like, "This ain't Roddy Ricch. Like this ain't." He showed maturity in his music. Like, yo, I
just don't think people expect people to change, but I don't necessarily think it's maturity. It's just growth. Just because you grow doesn't necessarily mean that you've matured.
But I'm saying you.
So maybe stop using the word mature and use the word growth.
You show growth in your music. You show that you no longer doing these things and you doing these things. People be like, that ain't it.
Yeah, but that's just because that they haven't grown and they don't understand what growth is.
Like when we talking about Giveon, I feel like Giveon has so much going on. Like you got to think he does the music for Euphoria. He does his own stuff. He does stuff for this other singer. I was looking it up. I was trying to do my homework before I do this.
And you forgot it.
Yeah, I forgot. That's why I said I had to write my cue cards and I didn't do it. But he's doing stuff. I know, but he's doing things that when people were talking about his album, they was like, that album is trash. And I'm like, what are y'all listening to?
People that think that his album is trash are people that are so they have no understanding to anything. Because honestly, it's really not that hard to understand.
But you got to think about it. Your definition of music can be totally different from a lot of people.
Well, I mean, perspective is everything. Perspective is how the world functions.
If you
know, that's why we all have our own perspective. We all see things differently. We are all individuals. No one is saying that we have to all agree. It is just about what the perspective is. And for some people, they may listen to his album or even Chris Brown's album and say, oh my God, it's so bad. But to me, I'm like, no, it's a story. Like, I feel that shit. Like when Chris Brown sings,
I know what you about to say.
What?
The first song on an album?
Yeah.
I know.
What is it, Till the Wheels Fall Off?
Till the Wheels Fall Off. Mm-hmm. I know.
Man,
you gotta fit it like your heart opens up. You like, oh my God.
When he sings that song, okay? When he sings I Should Have Kissed You, okay? When he sings Beg For It, okay? When he sings
Don't judge me.
Don't judge me.
When he sings, you looked in the camera? Did you look in the camera when we said don't judge me?
When he
I feel that.
When he sings Warm Embrace, or what is it, WE? That's how it's labeled on.
That's my song?
Yes.
Oh, I love that song.
The video, if anybody, the video that has
Check it out.
Normani in it.
We're going to put it right
video,
there. We're going to put it right there. Boop.
Like,
it's just a different feeling.
Like, he just, man.
People call that shit corny. They were like, this is a wannabe Prince.
They don't understand.
This is a wannabe Prince.
They don't understand.
And I'm like, what?
Like, I feel like I know Chris Brown musically. I don't know him personally. I feel like he's like two different people when he sings and when he's like in his personal world. You know what I'm saying? Like, and probably not.
Nah, I don't.
But
think
I don't
so.
know him personally. I just know what he does in his music, and y'all just don't get it. Y'all just don't get it, and that's what I have to leave that at, because, man, like I said, he does no wrong in my eyes musically.
You know, people call the Giveon and the Euphoria song trash.
What song is that?
Taking it all, doing it all for us.
I don't know what that is.
It's the song that she sung at the end of the first season when she's outside with the choir.
Stop.
They said that shit is trash. They should have never ended it. I was like,
that was Giveon?
Yeah, he does the whole music. He writes everything.
I thought that was
No, that's Giveon.
I thought that was
What's his name? Oh, what's his name?
Not Giveon.
What's his name?
Why I can't think of that man's name.
Look it up. Look, it's right there.
I'm like, I want to say Lazarus.
Labyrinth. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. So you brought that up. This was on my cue card. They said his body of work,
Labyrinth, not Giveon,
is garbage. They said his body of work is garbage.
I mean, I feel like you just have to check it up to the fact that people just don't
understand.
They don't understand what music is supposed to be. I feel like when we was growing up, right? Like R&B was R&B. Like you have R&B singers now, women. Yes. Back in the day, they didn't curse in their music.
No.
Like they didn't do none of that type of stuff. Like it was like hardcore.
No.
Love songs.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You may look at me crazy, but I mean, we have our Breezes, we have our Labyrinth, we have our the dude that sings Tadao. What's his name?
Oh, Masego.
Masego. You have these out of the ordinary type of artists, but I feel like you had artists like Drew Hill, right? Mm-hmm. Then Drew Hill drops Cisco, and Cisco drops an album, and
they
all
dropped
you
him.
hear,
I thought he left.
No. He no. Well, he didn't leave. He just
the way you said that they dropped him.
No, I'm saying like I was saying. No. I'm
Oh.
saying, but you dropped that body of work that was nothing but love, and then you hear the thong song.
But I feel right.
And you like, I need to hear this album. But that album from number one, you have at least it's 12 songs on that album. At least 9 of those songs they're.
Yeah, and I feel like every song doesn't have to be a hit.
Right.
Every song doesn't have to be a banger. Like there's going to be hit and miss on every album, because not all of Beyonce's albums for me I'll be like,
so hold up. But if you say that too loud because of people loving Beyonce,
I don't care though.
They'll be like, you fucking lying.
That's fine.
You.
That's fine.
People be like, I Am Sasha Fierce is an amazing album.
But there's also people from when Beyonce dropped the one that has Drop the Bass, Man, the Bass Real Low Radio.
Oh, you talking about
what is that album?
That's Bring Me Along. That's on that. No, that's not on that album.
No, it's the one. Hold on, I know it's on here. Hold on. Is it Beyonce?
It's Beyonce.
Pretty, yes. What was I saying? Oh, when was it this one that she dropped? I think it was that one. Or was it Lemonade? No, it was Lemonade. When she dropped Lemonade, people was like, I don't understand why she has to sing that way. Why is she trying to be a rapper? And I was like, bitch, she been singing ballads for like 20 years. What do you mean? She don't want to sing that shit no more.
But that showed the maturity in Beyonce's.
It's not about being mature. She can do different shit. Like, we know she can sing.
Okay, so I'm using the wrong word.
That's why I said maturity. Stop saying maturity. Like growth. Show us more. Show us what else you can do. That's why I say Chris Brown's always been at the top. This boy sing. He rap. He freaking like
he dance and raps and sings.
Party music, this techno shit. Like he does everything. Right. Like you cannot say, and he does it well. You can't ever say like, oh, Chris Brown can't rap. Yes, he can. You can't say Chris Brown can't sing. Yes, the fuck he can. He could put any beat behind it and make it something.
So let me ask you a question. How do you feel about Usher?
Usher, in his more recent years, decline.
I found out that he had to put those albums out because of his record label.
See? And that's that shit. Y'all made somebody we loved growing up sound like shit.
And guess what album it stopped with? Here I Stand. Not Here I Stand. Raymond versus Raymond.
Ugh.
So he had to put out 3 more albums on that.
Yeah, that one.
With Good Kisser on it?
No, I don't know what.
That's the concrete one.
The one, with his face.
That shit was trash.
Like a statue.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that shit was garbage.
Yeah, they was trying to make him go on tour, so they.
And I was like, this is not the Usher that we know, and not because we know him to be a specific type of way, but he puts out music. Usher puts out music,
right?
Okay, he don't just put out whatever. He puts out like quality music, and that was not it.
Right.
So there's that.
I was reading up on people that was like had to put out albums. I mean, you probably not this person's fan, but Lupe Fiasco.
I haven't listened to. I mean, I listened to a lot of his music. Not a lot, but whatever you listen to, I've listened to. I liked his music, so.
But he had to put out 2 albums because of his record label.
Yeah.
And those last 2
albums.
Well,
a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of artists. I mean, you hear that all the time. You was just telling me that Her put out a lawsuit on her record. Oh my
God, yes, that she had since she was 14.
Yeah, I think that happens to a lot of artists or celebrities or whatever you want to call them.
But do you think them being so well do you think that when they grow so fast they get overlooked?
No, because everybody builds a fan base. And I feel like as long as you, who are they being overlooked by? Like awards? Like
No. You got to think. They look at streaming like crazy.
But what I'm saying is if you have your fan base.
Right.
Your fan base is never going to let you down.
Right. But you also have those you got hardcore Mary J. Blige fans, right? Mm-hmm. But then you have hardcore Queen Naija fans, right? Mm-hmm. And you have hardcore fans that's like, Queen Naija should definitely be the headliner.
No.
But it's like,
it's
Mary J. Blige.
No. But fuck no. But I love Queen Naija, so don't get me wrong. But fuck no.
But I'm saying, but that small group of fan base
Because if that's the case, I'm sorry. Because isn't it Queen Naija, Mary J. Blige, and LMA? Is it May or My? Whatever.
My LMA, yeah.
It's them three, right?
Yes.
If that's the case, then LMA should be headlining. Not, I would put her before I put Queen Naija. And like I said, I love Queen, and LMA's new album was the shit too.
Right, but you see, it got no love.
See?
So, let me ask you a question. There was a tour that happened. It was Alicia Keys. It was Alicia Keys, Beyonce, and Missy Elliott.
That's a weird combination.
Who's the headliner?
Well, it depends. I wouldn't put Alicia Keys as a headliner.
She was the headliner.
That's very strange. Also, though, but what I was gonna say is, where was Beyonce at in her career?
She dropped. What was her second album?
I don't know.
B-Day.
That's one of those
Okay,
albums.
but you got to think about it though. In that tour, she sung all of Destiny Child stuff.
Well, that's not her music technically, so that doesn't count.
But Alicia Keys had 3 albums that was just like boom. So you had Missy open it, you had Beyonce as the second, and then you had Alicia Keys as the headliner, and she killed it.
That's just, to me, it's a weird combination. So it's like that's why I wouldn't put Alicia Keys as a headliner with them. I would have put Missy as the headliner, just because of age, and not age like her age, but age as far as in the industry and what she's done. I would have put her as the headliner, and then put Beyonce. And then like Alicia Keys open, or Beyonce. I've switched either way. One of them open, and then
you would make Missy the headliner.
I think Missy would kill any show.
But I'm saying,
Like,
you got to think. You say Missy to.
Everybody knows who Missy is.
But I'm saying,
what age range you're in, everybody knows, and they know her music too. Everybody gonna be like, I can't stand the rain. Everybody.
But you got 10 songs that's a straight hit from Missy. But then you have another 10 songs that may be a hit and miss for you.
That's any artist.
No, but I'm saying you have a Beyonce tour that every song is going to be a hit to you.
Said who? Everybody said who?
I'm saying, you mean to tell me that you watched a Beyonce concert and you was like, why she sing that?
No.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Whether you like the song a little bit,
but we're talking about when she was still, well, not when she was still, but we're talking about
she got hits
at that point in her career. That's why I said, what point was she at in her career?
You got Single Ladies. You got
that
Naughty
was on
Girl.
B-Day?
Yes.
Single Ladies was on B-Day?
Yes. You got all those.
I have B-Day on my phone.
You have all those songs that's on B-Day. You got
Let Me See.
Drop Down, Getting in the
Oh, right here.
Mm-hmm. B-Day got
Beautiful
hit.
Liar, Irreplaceable, Green Light, Kitty Cat, Welcome to Hollywood, Upgrade is my shit. Flaws and All, Worldwide Women, Get Me By, that's my shit. Freakum Dress, that's my shit. Sugar Mama, Ring the Alarm, that's my shit.
That's a good album.
Resentment, that's my shit. I used to sing that shit loud as fuck, like I had a heartbreak or something.
And you didn't even go to the first album yet.
That's what you mean?
Dangerously in Love. But she has hits on that. So if she gonna send in between 10 to 15 songs, all those songs she sing are gonna be hits.
Okay, well then shit. I guess then they made the right choice.
But I'm saying,
no, Beyonce should have been the headliner. At
for
that time,
Alicia Keys?
Beyonce probably should have been the headliner at that time. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
If that's the correct timeline, then I would probably say Beyonce then, yeah. Because like you said, she had Destiny's Child songs also.
Right, and it was like,
so she definitely could have had more shine, more stuff to sing. My ears be hurting, like my ears grew or something. Throw your hands up at me. Oh, it's one more person on there. Is that Tamia? Yeah, it's Tamia.
Yeah, Alicia Keys, Missy Elliott, Tamia, and Beyonce.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tamia,
Beyonce actually was the headliner.
Yeah, Tamia definitely would have been. She definitely would have been to open the show. And then Missy, and then Alicia Keys, and then Beyonce.
Oh, it was a co-headline tour.
So nobody headlined then.
No, Beyonce and Alicia Keys was a co-headliner.
Oh, okay. Well, then, okay, I can see that. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay, cool.
That makes complete sense.
Wow. But yeah, so it's
I think, like
growth
I said,
in the music.
Growth in music. I think if you aren't growing as a person, then yeah, there's things that you won't understand. So if I go from talking about beating a bitch ass in my music to talking about loving a woman, and you're like, oh my God, he don't talk the way he used to. And it's like, bitch, I've had a daughter. You know, I have a mother, and I realized that some of the shit that I said definitely influences the younger generation. I decided I'm not gonna do that.
So do you think artists get scrutinized because of that?
Of course they do, because it's like, oh my God, this isn't what we're used to.
Right.
Oh my God, his music doesn't sound like it used to. But it's like, well, growth is inevitable, or change is inevitable, right? Now, if you grow with that change, is a decision that you make, because it's really a choice if you want to grow the fuck up or not.
Right. You know who had to defend that? Justin Bieber.
Everybody has to defend that, and that's sad that he has to defend that, because he was like 12 when he came out.
Everybody was like,
what is he supposed to be doing?
Who is this guy?
He's still supposed to be saying baby all the time. Like, come on. Come on. Like, what is he defending? There's nothing for him to defend. He's another one that makes amazing music.
Yeah.
He's another one that puts out really good music.
Yeah.
I feel like the people that put out good music, I don't think anybody gets recognition for anything positive.
Right.
One. Two, if it's not really you don't really see too many of the R&B artists, their music being talked about.
No, not at all.
It's always these new rappers or these rapper singer guys or Drake.
I was just about to say something about that, but I'm gonna leave that alone
For whatever reason.
I'm gonna say that alone.
You know, it's always them that's being talked about, and you know, I get it. That's what the newer generation is.
Future too. Future get all the respect.
I like Future.
Future get all the respect.
Hold on, I've never listened to Future
album
by himself.
That's good.
I love when he's featured on people's
that's
music
good.
though.
He's a Ty Dolla $ign. That's all he is.
I don't know what that means.
Ty Dolla $ign is sound dope when he's on other people. When you listen to his album, you're like, where's the features at, bro?
I love like Future on people's music is everything to me, but I've never listened to. Maybe I should though. I said I was but we also like different music. We also like and enjoy different music, so you know.
Yeah, but you. A lot of Future music is going to have Drake on it. And you're going to be like,
Like I said, I need to listen to it. Because it's not that I don't like Drake. Drake. It's not that I don't like Drake, because Drake also has bangers. He has hits. A lot of his music, I'm just like, huh? Did I miss something?
Listen, I'm a Drake fan. I just think that he's just bored of just doing the regular stuff.
And I feel like that's fine, because like I said, he has definitely put out quality work.
All right.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not a Drake hater at all by any means.
Hater.
Because a Drake song come on, I rap the whole song. Like the whole song.
Yep.
So
and I look at her and be like,
don't you hate Drake? I'm like, no.
Don't you hate Drake?
It's just, you know, in recent years, I've had a really hard time with the music he's put out.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's because he's trying to appeal to the younger generation.
I think it's because everybody be like, "Oh my God, Drake's new album. Oh my God, Drake!" And I'll be like, "Let me listen to this real quick." And I'll be like, "What the fuck was the hype? What happened? What did I miss?"
The last couple albums of Drake put out, I'd be like, what is this?
I didn't even bother to listen to whatever it was that he just put out. At what is it? Nevermind. What is it?
Yeah, never mind. Don't listen. but it's crazy because what he said was that album is just for people that's in the club and having a good time. It doesn't have to be a hardcore rap album, and I understand that.
Like, I mean, does he make hardcore rap?
No, what he was trying to say is that
I don't understand.
He said people are so used to him doing punchlines and all the other stuff. He just wanted to make, him and his producer just wanted to make music.
They wanted to have fun.
They wanted to have fun.
I mean, and I could get with that.
Right. So everybody's like, this ain't Drake.
Because everybody's fun isn't the same.
Right.
What he and his producer may have thought everybody thinks that's like you walk into somebody's house and everybody that's in there is smoking a blunt and they go to pass the blunt to you and you like, nah, I don't smoke. They gonna look at you like, really?
What's wrong with you?
It's that vibe. Like, just because everybody is on that don't mean everybody is on that.
But you know, it's the number one album.
Is it?
In United Kingdom.
I feel like it's that though, because that's, I mean, from what I've heard, that's like their vibe.
The EDM.
Yes.
He dropped an EDM album.
Yeah.
And if Carisha heard it, she'd be like, "Oh my God,
you so stupid,
Drake."
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm for, like, if you want to have fun, have fun.
Yeah.
Like, who am I to tell you what kind of music to make? Number one. Number two, you know, everything isn't for everybody, and that's in any aspect of life.
I got another question.
Whether it be music, reading, boyfriends, girlfriends, relationships, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, everybody is different.
See my fat. Hold on.
What is your question?
See my fat. You think they did that with Mario?
Did what with Mario?
Didn't look at him as a growth person. Because.
What do you mean didn't look at him as a growth person?
Because
what does that even mean?
As being able to go further than what he was on his Go album. Because they was like, people was like, I didn't know that Mario can really sing after the verses.
That's because they're full of shit. And I'm like, because you're not a fan, you idiot.
I was like, he's been singing since Turning Point. What do you mean?
I think because isn't Mario another one that had issues with his label?
Yes. But he still, when he got on his own label, he dropped DNA? Yeah, what's wrong? What's wrong?
Nothing.
That's your album?
No. Go ahead.
Yeah, when he dropped DNA, he was able to do the music he liked, but nobody was listening to it after that. It's kind of like Jason Derulo.
No, don't you ever compare him to that lame.
I was joking. I know you hate Jason Derulo, though.
I don't hate Jason Derulo because I don't know him, but he is trash.
He's trash, or he just doesn't make the music that you want to hear?
No. He's trash.
Oh my God.
I would listen to Flow Rider before I listen.
Well, Flow Rider drop hits.
Exactly. Jason Derulo's ass. You proved my exact. You proved my exact.
Jason Derulo got hits.
Jason Derulo has ass.
He got hits.
Ass.
He got hits.
Ass.
He has one of the.
We clearly know what fan you are.
I'm not a Jason Derulo fan.
Clearly,
I listen. Flow Rider. But they called him corny.
Of course they did.
Flow Rider had hits. See, I'm the dude that be playing them songs and they be like, bro, you're so corny.
Sus.
You are corny. It's like, why? Because this song is because I'm listening.
But that's
to
what
Nas.
I'm saying. That's what I was saying, like, about Drake's album. He said it was for people that want to have fun, that are in the club, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Which, again, you know, to each his own. What you may consider fun music, I may be like, what the fuck is this? What I may consider fun music, you may be like, bruh, that's sus. So, you know, to each his own. That's why they have fan bases. And, you know, when their fan bases feel like, well, this is not you, they call them on that.
Right. Sabrina Claudio. Why didn't you like the second album?
I did not like it. It's not that I didn't like it. Even Kalani's new album.
Oh, Oh yeah, you told me. Yeah, you said this.
They're not bad albums by any means.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I told you that maybe I needed to, because like when I listened to Kalani's album, I was like cleaning. And usually that's when I listen to my music. I guess I was definitely, when it came to her, I'm more used to like the upbeat, like fuck all you niggas type music. But it's different, and it's not bad. It's just different. So it's more of like a okay, this is new.
Look at your face.
I gotta hold up because I got all the rest of it in the back of my mind, and this ain't the same, and so I gotta kind of like ease myself into it. It wasn't what I expected. I expected more upbeat. I feel like this album was more like slow. And as I said, I don't know, maybe I need to, that's why I said I need to listen to it again, because I did only listen to it that one time. And then as far as Sabrina Claudio, same thing. It's different. It's a different vibe.
Right.
It's not even that it's not the same, because her and Kalani, they're the same. The vibe is different.
So,
and it's different because you could tell that they're in different points of their lives.
Right.
That's why it's different. It's not different because they're just trying to shift the way that they do music. It's different because they've grown into something else, and this is what it reflects. This.
I'm about to become devil's advocate on this. Do you think Jhené Aiko doesn't get
boy?
the roses that she deserves?
I think
the reason I say this is because she's on Day in Vegas. She's on one of these festivals coming up, right? One of the comments said, "Why is she even on the lineup?"
Okay, because bitch.
Here we go. Here we go.
Bing bing. So I seen Joe Budden on his podcast when she dropped Chilombo. He basically said that each individual song is good, right? But he was like, she's always healing. Oh, I fucking hate when bitches is healing. And I wanted to say, if you don't shut your goofy looking ass up, one.
First of all, pump it up.
Like, who the fuck are you to comment on somebody's music? Like, sit your lame ass down some fucking way.
That boy had 2 songs that was the same.
But anyway, and then he goes on to say Pussy Fairy didn't belong on the album. If you listen to,
See, I knew it. See?
All of Jhené Aiko's music reflects her. Her music is her poetry.
Right.
If you read her book, her poetry book, it would make a lot more sense to you when it comes to her music would make a lot more sense to you. But not only that, she's in her own lane.
Right.
She's not a typical artist. Right. She's not give us what we want artist.
Right.
She puts out what she wants to put out when she's ready to put it out.
Right.
And again, it's about the growth that she's making. Like, Sold Out and Trip, the vibe is definitely the same, but it's totally different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Trip is my favorite album.
Really?
Yes, Trip is my
more than
favorite.
Chilombo?
Yes, Trip is my favorite album, hands down. Hands down.
I mean, out of every single artist in the world, Trip is your favorite album.
Not out of every single
Oh,
artist.
okay,
I'm talking about out of her.
Okay. I just
Trip,
making sure.
Trip is my favorite.
This might be a Jeopardy question
album
in the future.
And Trip is very different than Chilombo. But again, different stages of life calls for different experiences.
But isn't that...
But people don't understand those experiences. They don't understand that growth. So therefore, in their head, they're like, oh, she always talking about her gang banging friends, or oh, she's always talking about sex, or oh, she's always talking about some dude that she was in love with. Did you actually listen to what she's saying though?
Right.
Did you listen to the story? No, you didn't. And that's why you don't understand why she was up there, punk ass bitch. That's why.
But
I hope you watch this shit.
What's crazy isn't that what music is about? To express yourself. So when did we
That's
lose?
what anybody's creativity is about. It's about expressing yourself, whether you cook, whether you clean, because bitch, we don't all clean the same.
We don't.
Some people have a fucking gift when it comes to cleaning, okay? Paint, take pictures, where you're a photographer or a director. Everything that we do that has any creativity behind it is you expressing yourself. So the fact that you can't understand that this is someone expressing themselves through a gift that God gave them, bitch, fuck off.
Do you think we've lost that? Because now it becomes how much money I'm going to make off this single, how much money I'm going to make off
I don't know
this.
what these people be thinking. I don't know. And I'm not going to talk about that because I don't actually know what these artists be thinking. Like, they could be like, oh, yeah, this is going to make so much money. But, bitch, you don't actually know that. You think because you may have this, idea, or somebody ran some type of numbers or some shit, like, that it may make a lot of money. But you don't actually know that. Real artists, I don't think, put out music specifically because they're like, oh yeah, this is going to make a lot of money. I think real artists put out music because they're like, this is
Just
what
talking
speaks true to me.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
If they love it, great. And if they don't love it, that's fine too. I did what I wanted to do. My next one would be better. I mean, nobody liked, Queen Aisha just said this. She was just talking about, and I loved her album.
Is this her first album or her second album that's coming out? Okay.
And she was saying how she felt like she should have won some award, and how she feels like everybody and their mama slept on her album. Everything isn't for everybody.
Everything.
That's really all you can say, because they already had wrote her off before. And I don't think that, I think she still had a YouTube following prior to dropping her album. So I don't think it had a fair chance to get to the world, if that makes sense. She still was so heavy YouTube based. Like, we know her from YouTube.
Right.
Not because she was singing on YouTube like Justin Bieber. We know her from prank videos with her ex-husband from YouTube. You get what I'm saying? Like, so she still had, I feel like, that following behind her. And not that she didn't do the work or that her team didn't do the work, but I feel like she just didn't have the proper push to grow her fan base, to really, like, you know what I mean? Like, most people, like, when they drop an album, we know you from music.
Right.
Like Carrie Hilson. We knew Carrie Hilson because she
was writing for people.
She was writing for people, but then she also would be, like, featured here and there on other people's songs. Ashanti, we knew Ashanti wrote people's music, but then she was with Ja Rule and all of them. You know what I mean?
And then when you found out the list of how many songs you wrote, you was like,
right.
Damn, she's good.
So it's like Queen Aisha was a YouTube star turned singer, which she already could sing, but YouTube star turned singer. And she even said she still had a whole lot of work to do, vocally, stage presence, all of that. So I think, when she does release her next album, or whenever she starts work, she's going to keep all of that in mind. Like, this was, again, her rookie season. Because if I'm not mistaken, this was Giveon's first album because I believe it was EPs before that.
Right.
So again, rookie seasons, it tells a lot about a person.
I don't think she's ever going to win an award. I don't think that she. Honestly, I don't think she needs to win an award for her. I think that shit's all like paid for. I don't think none of that stuff is show.
Oh, he had a hold up.
What?
How do I not have it?
It's another album
Yeah.
before that one.
Yeah. And this was a full. Oh, I guess it's a full album. Take Time. I guess that's a full album. It's 8 songs. But,
Yeah, I think all that shit's paid for. I think it's all put in perspective for certain people to get certain things, and
I don't know. I feel like you just got to do the work. You got to do the work. You got to, like, people knew who LMA was. Why? Because of social media. She was singing.
Did she win an award?
That's how she was discovered. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't keep up with award shows anymore.
Right. I feel like if you are a big art, I feel like if you're true about your art of putting out music, you just like Taylor Swift is here. Oh, I know her people's paid off everybody because she's gonna win the award.
I wouldn't say that. She has a big fan base. She has a big fan base, and her shit does numbers all the time because of her fan base.
Okay.
It's just, that's just what, come on. If you're going to talk about Drake, talk about Taylor Swift too.
I think she just puts out music. I don't think that she.
Have you ever actually listened to a full body of Taylor Swift's
music? I listened to Red. Yes, I listened to Red.
What else have you listened to?
I listened to Red. That's all.
So you haven't listened. So how do you say you just feel like she puts out music then? So you only listen to one album? She has like 85 albums.
No, she does. She has like 3 albums.
Taylor Swift got like 85 albums.
She has only 3 albums.
Let's see. We about to find out. Give me up. I'm not going to show you. One, 2, 3, 4.
Damn! She ain't got that many.
1, 2.
So when was Red?
She has 1989.
Oh, okay.
Reputation, Lover, something called Folklore.
Oh, that's the new one.
Evermore.
So what the fuck is Red? Is it 1980?
Fearless and Red. Red is her latest album that came out last year.
I listened to her latest album, and then I listened to 1984.
I don't believe you.
I wanna be a thing done. Whatever song.
Just because you sing a song doesn't mean you listen to the album.
I listened to the song. But that's how I knew about Shake It Off. Shake It Off.
No, you know about that because that shit was all over the place and everywhere.
No, I knew all those songs from that album.
You're such a liar, bro. Stop the cap.
Okay.
CAP. Stop the cap.
Here we go, and I'm going to stop the cap. Stop playing with me.
So
you saying that she has?
I don't know anything about Taylor, so I don't listen to her music. You just hear what you hear, Mm-hmm. Like people always talking about Taylor Swift. It's very strange to me, but I heard her sing live one time on something, and I was like,
can't sing, bro.
And then I heard her sing again. I was like, oh, yeah, she's definitely been taking vocal lessons. Again, growth. So who knows? That's really what it boils down to is growth and your perspective. I think there are definitely songs on Chris Brown's album that are better than others.
Damn.
I think Giveon's whole album is the shit. And I think these people just put out music that's like, it feels good to them. It's true to them. That's just how I feel like.
That's true.
And I think that that's what's important. And if you feel something from it, like I feel like that's like their purpose. Like, it's to tell a story like Big Sean's
Detroit album.
Yes.
Shit is.
Yes.
Tells a story. Tells a story.
Oh my God. Like what?
Tells a story.
Yeah, that's just how I feel. I like to listen to the story. I like to know the story. I like to feel the story. And I feel like Chris Brown does that for me all the time.
Yeah, he does. He tells a story.
All the time. Period.
And then he drops a deluxe album.
I just
and
wish people.
it tells more stories.
I just wish people would leave him the fuck alone.
They not.
Like, let go of the shit that has happened because it really don't have shit to do with you, bitch. It ain't hurt none of your pockets. Like, you ain't have to put no money up for nothing.
Yeah, no.
Like, you don't have beef with him. He don't even know you exist. Let it go.
Yeah, they'll never.
Let it the fuck go because you're holding on to some shit that happened like a million years ago.
Before we leave, somebody said, if an R. Kelly song comes on, are you not going to sing it?
I am.
Somebody said, do you sing the national anthem at a game?
I guess it just depends on the person. Because everybody, I definitely don't sing the national anthem.
But I'm saying, are people going to stop though? No, and that shit's about slavery. So that was the metaphor. Like, I don't care what he's done in his work. At the end of the day, he put out amazing music.
I mean, the thing is though, when it comes to him, people, again, because a lot of the time their music is their stories, the experiences that they've had. They are correlating with that, you know, the shit that he's done. And so I see why people will be like, oh, yeah, no, I'm not listening to his music. But, bitch, if Step in the Name of Love, come on, bitch. We gonna step in the
I Believe I Can Fly. I'm singing it.
Right.
Half on a Baby. I ain't singing that.
When a woman's fed up.
I'm singing that.
Come on. Like,
that boy got
hits. And it's undeniable. Like, you know,
listen.
Again, his personal business don't got shit to do with us.
It don't, because you could do a versus Kels versus R. Kelly.
Bruh, I'm so weak.
Kels, you got. Would you ever think you would be this rich? Did you ever think? And then you can have I Believe I Can Fly, and then you can have The World's Greatest, and then you can have
that's my shit.
And then you can have
dance to my head.
Girl, you're looking like a snake, ma. That is not how it goes.
Move your body like
a snake.
Looking like a snake.
And then you could do Kels versus R. Kelly.
You gotta stop. But yeah, I mean, you know, perspective, opinion, to each his own, beauty in the eye of the beholder. It's all of that. It's all of that. Like, I just think we need to leave people's personal business out of their talent. Because that don't have nothing to do with each other. I mean, it does in the sense of like they're talking about their experiences majority of the time. Mm-hmm. Or how they feel, et cetera, but
leave them the fuck alone.
We wasn't there and they didn't do anything to us. Mm-hmm. And, you know, everybody does things that they ain't got no business doing. The only difference is that these people have money and they got paparazzi that follows them.
Right.
And it's always somebody out there that's going to be looking for a come up.
Yep.
In some type of way, whether it be publicity, you know, a book deal or a check or a baby. You know, I mean, that shit happens.
I didn't like the way you looked in the camera.
I'm just saying. I'm not condoning what he did at all or what anybody does, you know, but that ain't none of my business. Like, shit.
Right.
I don't have shit to do. Oh, you give him your money every time. Well, shit. Everybody got to eat.
Right.
I'm sure you don't do your job all the way right, all the time. And you still get a check, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Them donuts was old. They were not fresh donuts.
Oh, my God. You know, sometimes I really wonder what's wrong with you. Like, actually. I knew something was off. I kept pulling the wrong bra strap the whole time. I kept going. But yeah, I mean, I listen to music as a body of work, as a story. I don't just listen to it just to hear a beat or hear a few words here and there. That's just not, to me, it's like reading a book.
You're different, like I said. You are
I think
different.
there's a lot of people in the world that, you know, listen to music for what it's supposed to be and not what society has made music out to be, because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. That's just me. Ain't none of my business.
Out of your business.
You was about to say, hey, none of your friends business.
None of your friends been so anxious. Ding, ding, ding. So anxious.
You just put.
No. Because on the video, he cuts into that.
But he don't have that beat.
Yes, he does.
He has a same beat from Omarion.
No, he goes.
Exactly.
It goes, it ain't none of your friends. He be like,
I know what he does, but you just put the Omarion beat on there.
No, that's doom, 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 boom, doom, doom.
That's what you were doing.
No, it was.
I'm done with you.
We're going to watch it.
Y'all just listen to
Talk that shit.
with the Melvins.
We out this thing.
Bye.
Peace out.